billionaire, registered sex offender, and now accused sex trafficker. Jeffrey Epstein is accused of bringing girls as young as 14 here to his Manhattan home and paying them for massages and sex acts. Prosecutors want to seize the property, which they estimate to be worth $77 million.
We think he's a significant flight risk, and that is why we are seeking detention pending trial. He has enormous wealth. The charges are very serious, and they carry with them a maximum sentence of 45 years in jail, which to someone of Epstein's age is basically a life sentence.
The hedge fund manager served 13 months in jail in 2008. A heavily criticised plea deal meant he avoided tougher sex trafficking charges. The new case in New York will now look at allegations from a similar time period, the early 2000s, from dozens of girls, some of whom, now young women, were in court to face Epstein. Epstein's case can also be seen as part of the wider Me Too movement. Over the last few years, there's been significant and often renewed scrutiny of men who've been accused of using their status or celebrity to commit sexual crimes. Last year, actor Bill Cosby was jailed for 3 to 10 years for drugging and sexually assaulting a basketball coach. Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein is awaiting trial, accused of sexually assaulting 2 women. More than 70 others have come forward with similar accusations. Actor Kevin Spacey also faces trial as soon as October on indecent assault charges.
The public mood has changed. You have a lot of actors who have been doing this for quite a long time, but everything was hushed up. So I felt that it was a turning point, and I think they felt that it was time to arrest him and seek to indict him and prosecute him.
President Donald Trump's administration is also under scrutiny. Former U.S. Attorney, now Labor Secretary, Alexandra Costa, approved Epstein's plea deal in 2008. Senior Democrats are calling for his resignation. Epstein is still in custody. A judge will decide on Monday if he remains in detention until his trial. Nick Harper, TRT World, New York.
And Nick joins us now from New York. Hi, Nick. Tell us more about these latest allegations against Jeffrey Epstein and why authorities have decided to act now.
Well, authorities say that he built up a vast network of underage girls, some of them as young as 14, that he even got those girls to then recruit other girls. All of it taking place between the years 2002 and 2005 at his homes in New York City and in Miami. On top of that, authorities say that when they raided his house a couple of days ago, they found hundreds, potentially thousands of photos of underage girls. And many of his accusers have started to come forward over the last 48 hours. Several have given interviews on US TV networks. Very similar stories. There's been one just this morning, a girl now in her 30s saying that she was recruited when she was 14 and that Epstein raped her when she was 15. And she says that he knew her age. So why is this happening now? Well, I think part of it comes down to the fact that the Miami Herald, a newspaper in Florida, has been investigating this case for some time. They put out an article in November last year that looked back into Epstein's past. The thinking is that perhaps prosecutors read that reporting and decided it was time to act. But also, we've got the Me Too movement happening in the background at a time when many high-profile people are having their pasts re-examined. All of this, I think, taken together is part of the reason why prosecutors have re-examined and are re-looking at Jeffrey Epstein's past.
Interesting. Now, Jeffrey Epstein has been described as a billionaire financier, but some have questioned the source of his vast wealth. What do we know about how he made his money exactly?
Yeah, it's all rather strange, this. He seems to have a lot, but not necessarily have a lot of actual money. We know that he has 6 properties, including a private island. He has 15 cars, 2 private jets, but it's slightly unclear exactly how much money he has in the bank. He is a wealth asset manager. He's simply made money from managing other people's money. He's even got a company that is registered in the US Virgin Islands, but that company has no public records. It doesn't even have a list of of clients. And Forbes, that puts together the rich list each year, has questioned his wealth. They say there is scant proof that he holds a 10-figure fortune. And we're also hearing that since his arrest, he hasn't given details to authorities of his assets or exactly how much money he has.
Now, we know Epstein has or had some very powerful friends, including Presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. Clinton, who has reportedly flown on his private jet dozens of times. Prince Andrew is another such acquaintance. How have they reacted to these latest allegations against Epstein?
Yeah, many photos of all of those people that you just mentioned standing next to Epstein are in existence. They're all very much trying to distance themselves now from Epstein. President Trump has spoken about him. He spoke just a couple of days ago to reporters saying that he is not a fan of Epstein, that he had a falling out with him, that he hasn't spoken to him for 15 years. But back in 2002, he spoke to the New York magazine, giving an interview calling him a terrific guy, that he was a lot of fun to be with. President Clinton has also put out a statement just yesterday saying that he knows nothing about the terrible crimes and that he has not spoken to Mr. Epstein for more than a decade.
Okay, interesting. We'll keep a close eye on this trial. Nick Harper, thank you again.